can't believe all this stuff is going on. But we're happy that they all have been convicted and they have been arrested.
And that's very important, that the jury found all of them in some way participated in a crime, and that Tyre Nichols' death won't go unaccounted for. That is critical. We know that this is the federal case. It's different from the state case, but in the federal court, all 5 of them, 2 pled guilty, 3 of them have been found guilty of charges, and they all, as the judge articulated, have been taken into custody. So the family was very relieved that the killers of Tyre Nichols have been taken into custody and have been found guilty. Now you will hear from Attorney Tony Romanucci before any of the other family members may speak.
Thank you, everybody. Today was monumentous because you had 2 defendants who pled guilty to deprivation of rights under color of law. They testified in this courtroom. The remaining defendants have all been found guilty of 1 charge or more: obstruction, conspiracy, deprivation of rights causing bodily injury. This is justice for Tyre. This is a very high burden that this government had in order to prove 12 counts against all of these individuals.
That's right.
And they proved more than half of them.
That's right.
So we are grateful to the federal government. We're grateful to the jury for paying attention, His Honor for a clean trial, and now we look forward to justice. We look forward to the state case, the civil case, because what we know is these officers conspired.
That's right.
They made an agreement.
That's right.
They made an agreement to cause harm, and now they are in jail.
Amen.
Amen.
You're going to hear from Mr. Wells in just a minute. It's very important that we thank Kristen Clark and the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice for bringing these charges and zealously prosecuting this case. Now you will hear from Mr. Rodney Wells, the father of Tyre Nichols.
I just want to say for the family that we are all elated. We're all very, very happy that these guys have been put in jail. This is a long time coming.
Yes.
And justice for Tyre. So we're just so very proud that all of them are going to jail today.
Yes.
We cannot wait on the sentencing, so we know what their total time will be. But today was a very good day for our family.
Yes.
And now you will hear from Judge Ernestine Doris, who will make a statement for you hear from his uncle.
Today is a day that we in fact got justice for Tyre, and I'd just like to thank the government for their work in getting this done and their diligence and the way that this matter was held and handled before the court, so that we know that notwithstanding anything that we think, there is justice.
Yes.
Yes.
It is very important to note that all of them were pointing the fingers at each other. So all of them said that the others had something to do with the death of Tyre Nichols. That is very important, especially as we go forward to the other cases, whether it be the state criminal charge, but especially the civil case, the wrongful death civil rights violation, because the violation of Tyre Nichols' civil rights led to his death. And the blood is on the hand of the Memphis Police Department. That's right. And we're thankful to the jury for this first step of justice. Now you will hear from his Uncle Johnny.
First and foremost, I'd just like to thank you all for being here for our family. I thank the federal government. They really worked very hard for Tyre. And I'd like to thank God for watching over us and for our families. And like they said, they're all in prison. They're not getting out anytime soon, and it's not over. I'd just like to say, let this be a message to all officers, that you will reap what you sow.
That's right.
I mean, you just can't go around hurting people and think that you're not going to be accountable for it. So let this be a message, because Tyre's death did not go in vain. And that's all I'd like to
Now
say.
you hear from his sister, Kiana. Kiana, I'm sorry. Kiana, you want
I just want to say I don't know if I'm happy, but it's a bittersweet day. I will never get my little brother back, but to see those officers held accountable for what they did and put our family through did give us some hope for the future, and maybe this won't ever happen to another family in the future. But I just so thankful. I was smiling when I saw them get taken away into custody, because that's part of the. That's just one of the things that they did with him. What they did to my brother was wrong, and to see them go into custody and be held accountable was anything and everything that my family could ask for.
Justice for Tyre Nichols.
Justice for Tyre Nichols.
We'd like to thank all the activists, all the state representatives, everybody, all the faith-based community, everybody who stood for justice to say that Tyre deserved humanity, Tyre deserved his constitutional rights, and Tyre deserved to get home to his mother and father.